Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. Susan Blair coming at you with day 3 of our 30-day keto challenge. If you want to learn more or see more tips and have a great support group, I do have a free keto page. It's Healthiness is Happiness. It's a group on Facebook, so feel free to join. I'm actually at home today, so I'm in Morton. Last night I did my live from my car so I wouldn't miss it because I'm on fall break and my husband took the time off with me. So we ended up meeting some friends after work last night. So I was pretty excited. So anyhow, I do have a couple things. I have some notes. It was great having the day off. Give everybody maybe a minute for those that I know wanted to hop on. But I got to catch up on schoolwork. We got some stuff done around the house. Yay, hi Brittany, like super excited to be on fall break, as any teacher would know. So the couple of things I want to talk about tonight, the first thing, and I don't even think I've said it on the other videos, but if you're I know some people are just getting back into keto, like maybe they did something to kick themselves out. I know I've talked to a couple of people that are like, I've been doing it, but they wanted to be a part of the challenge because we all seriously, as we work together and talk together, especially on our keto page, we always learn something new. Like I was super excited and thanked Kim last night for showing us the difference of the MCT oil. Like, I'll be honest, I'm not sure that I ever really looked. Like, as much as I feel like I know and I've learned already, there is always something new to learn. That was the teacher in me. Okay, so one person, and Brittany had said, gosh, it's just the sugar cravings. Like I need to get past these first couple days. And that's how most of us feel. Okay. When you're first starting, that's how most people feel doing keto. Hi, Lori. In the future, do we have cheat days? You really don't. You're either in ketosis or you're not. That's just how it goes. Like if you kick yourself out, like do we have cheat days and then we have to get back in? Absolutely. And that does happen. Like everybody, we're human. I can't say I've done it 100%. I always tell people it's what we do most of the time that matters, not what we do, not that cheat every once in a while. When I started, I was pretty diligent for the first couple of months. I mean, I was doing a lot of things wrong, but I didn't know it. I mean, I had to learn it, and then you realize it, right? So then you don't do it anymore. But I've given myself a cheat day. I've gone on vacation and said I'm not worried about it. I find out I mainly do. If you kick yourself out, you aren't going to gain back. I mean, you can. I've gained back 5 or 6, and then it just... then I can usually get it back off like within that same week. So the key is you just don't do it very often and you try to find things that you will enjoy that are keto. I found, like my keto chocolate chip cookies, you can have red wine. I mean, I haven't had any white wine or any sweet wine since I've started. So I mean, you find things that, I don't know, I guess for me, I've always said, yes, I can do it if I want to. And I've allowed myself, and because I've told myself I can't, then most times I don't. So you really have to figure out what works best for you, okay? But you don't want to kick yourself out often. I don't like Merlot. I do Cabernet Sauvignon. That's the one I like if I do a red. But like I said, we'll get back to that maybe on a different one. But, oh yeah, no, people have asked me, do you still have drinks? And I do. I've given up beer completely. Like the couple times I have had it, it's been really monstrous for keto. Like it's made a huge difference on being able to lose weight. Lori, I agree. And beer's just a big no-no. It just is a big no-no. And any of the research I've done on it, the carbs that actually gets in your body and how it works is it's just a no. But for those of you just starting, or if you've tried it before and you've gotten the keto flu, I've had people say, it just makes me feel too awful. There's lots of things you can do to avoid the keto flu. The keto flu, number one, makes you feel like you're completely sick. You're not. But it can make you feel like you have like swollen glands. It can make you feel, tired and feverish. I mean, you're truly not sick. You're not contagious. But I've been knocked down so badly before that I was like, wow, I've got to somehow get past it. And it is really easy. First, I'd like to say if you do have high blood pressure, you do need to consult a doctor before doing the remedies I'm going to give you. I do have a friend that had high blood pressure, and when trying these things, it just made things a lot worse for her. So if you have high blood pressure, then make sure you're not doing this. You check with your doctor first. But your electrolytes are out of balance, okay? When you have the keto flu, your electrolytes are out of balance. And I know we drink a lot of water. When you really start getting into ketosis, like your mouth can feel dry, feel like you have bad breath. Somebody else asked, your body can literally stink from getting rid of toxins out. But you need to get your electrolytes back in whack. Back in line. When I first started doing keto, I was just buying water that had electrolytes in it, and that helps, but that does not cure, for me, it did not cure the keto flu. So put a little pink salt in your water to get your electrolytes back in balance. You can drink pickle juice, or you can drink, some people will tell you just chicken broth. Really what's best for keto to get that collagen in there so you don't have to buy anything extra is some type of bone broth. And I did bring with me today, since I'm not crazy, I either use Kettle and Fire, which I did post today. Kroger now carries. It's on sale for $5.99. And there's coupons on each box for $1 off each box. That is really stupid, crazy low for that. I am a Costco member. Their brand is a lot cheaper than Kettle and Fire, and I like both of them. The one from Costco, I thought actually tasted better, but that's just me. I know some people have a hard time with bone broth. This was just more of a plain broth, but it has the nutrients and all that in there for bone broth. So I really, really like this one. A great way, bone broth is something that most ketogenic coaches are going to tell you to drink on a daily basis. It's so good for you. It has the collagen in it. I know some people purchase, extra collagen to take. And again, I'm not poo-pooing it. It's just not something I do. I really only buy one keto product, and everything else I try to get just from the food I eat. So that's me. It doesn't mean if you buy it, it's bad. Like I said, I'm trying to get all the nutrients and everything I can and to stay in keto by eating food and making different things. So I'll be honest, I know this is so good for you, and I'll get on a kick and then I'll kind of forget. The best thing to do is, heat some up and drink it in the morning, heat some up and drink it in the afternoon. I've been better about it now that it's been cooler weather. And I've noticed, because I do check my blood ketones daily, that my ketones have been higher. And I know it's from drinking my broth with a little MCT oil in it. Some people put butter in it. Like, whatever works for you, you can cook with it. Because some people are like, I just can't handle it by itself. Then don't drink it by itself, Put some chicken in it. Put some anything in it. You put vegetables in it and make a soup. But to kick the keto flu, add a little pink salt, do a little broth, or drink a shot of pickle juice just right out of your pickle jar. You're going to be shocked what the difference is. I was getting leg cramps. I was feeling the keto flu like crazy, especially when you're doing it wrong and you're eating things on that sugar ingredient list that you shouldn't. That kicks you out. I was drinking diet soda. The caramel coloring kicks you out. Even though it says 0 sugars, the effect on your blood sugar, it kicks you out of ketosis. So I was doing all these crazy things thinking I was doing it right, and I was getting really frustrated when I first started. So if you don't have high blood pressure, if you do, talk to your doctor. But pickle juice, bone broth, and I literally keep pink salt on my desk at work because I don't carry pickle juice and broth with me every day at work. So I'll just put a little bit in there and in my water just for my electrolytes. I'll be honest, I am that frugal person that just buys for work, like the big gallon gallon jug of water, because I try to drink a gallon every day, and it would cost me a lot of money if I was buying that in like Smart Water or Life Water or any of those that I love. But to drink a gallon of it a day at work would cost me a lot of money. So I just do the pink salt in it instead. The reason I showed you the two different types of bone broth, because when you go out and try to find any type of broth, you're going to see that most of it has cane sugar in it. And then they think they're tricking us by saying organic cane sugar, but it really needs to not have any sugar in it whatsoever. That was something that totally shocked me when I started shopping for keto. But the two I showed you from Costco and Kettle and Fire, they do not have sugar in them, which is super nice. So make sure you look at your labels. The other thing people were asking me about is bulletproof coffee, and is it a meal replacement? I've never used it as a meal replacement. Later in one of our lives, I'm going to talk about intermittent fasting, and then it might matter on what you put in your bulletproof coffee, but I've never used it as a meal replacement. It does help me feel full, and it does help keep my hunger away. But a bulletproof coffee is just regular coffee, and those that know me know I don't do the regular coffee. Organic cane sugar is a no, because it'll kick you out. It's so frustrating, isn't it, Brittany? But bulletproof coffee, I don't use regular coffee. I use my Happy Coffee because it helps me with my appetite suppressant. So I've done it now for 3 or 4 months, and little success. I just hit 49 pounds, gone forever this morning. And but you can use regular coffee. But bulletproof coffee is you add things in it like butter or heavy whipping cream. Sometimes I use coconut milk, and I get the canned one that's from the baking section. I always sprinkle in some MCT oil to help my liver to be able to produce ketones, and it really promotes ketosis, or just cold pressed coconut oil, like the big jar, the big tub, and I take a scoop of it out and just blend it all up. I do stay away from heavy whipping cream. The one keto product I buy it's called Keto Cray, and it is a creamer that I use that it doesn't break a fast. It's like a powdered form of bulletproof coffee, and that's what I use, and it really makes a difference when I do a full scoop of it every day on keeping me in ketosis. And that's an all-natural product. That's not exogenous ketones at all. So we have the Keto Flu, what to do, bulletproof coffee. Really, it's up to you if you use it for a meal replacement. I personally don't. I make one every morning. Some mornings I eat breakfast with it. Some mornings I fast until lunch. So, it just really depends on on your lifestyle. But it does really help fill you up. And if you're using Happy Coffee, your appetite's gone from it anyways. Fat bombs. I think Brittany started off messaging saying I made fat bombs, or I saw it on our page. So this is what I wanted to do. I know there's lots of people sending me messages, which is fantastic. Love it. Thank you. I love it. Sometimes I learn if I don't know the answer to your question. I go to the person that mentored me, or I go and I look to find out what the deal is. But fat bombs were huge. So if you know of anybody, this is how you get entered into the contest. And I have this book, the big book of fat bombs. It's got over 200 recipes. So you don't have to try to look at your phone. And that was so frustrated me. I've made copies of my favorite ones, but it would frustrate me looking at my phone, and my phone would disappear and I couldn't get the recipe. It's great to have Pinterest and all that, but this book that my copy was like awesome and saved my life on all these different, from savory to sweet, fat bombs. So in order to be put into the drawing, all you have to do is like, comment, and either share this live or tag somebody in the comments that wants to learn about keto. I'm not saying they're going to do it. Maybe somebody just wants to learn about it. I always, my motto of teaching is knowledge is power. So at least know about it if somebody's curious, because these next 30 days is what's going to set us up for success at the holiday time. Thanksgiving, there's so many foods we can eat over Thanksgiving on keto. It's crazy. And I mean, Christmas, there's so many things we can eat at Christmas time. It's not about feeling like we can't have something. That's like the worst thing in the world. I've been on so many diets in my whole life. And one of the best things somebody said to me the other day, because I was like, I absolutely don't do this every single day of my life, but I don't see me ever going back to putting sugar in my body again. I just don't. Like, I feel so much better. My energy level is better. I've lost almost 50 pounds. Like I said, I hit 49 pounds this morning. Super excited. And it hasn't even been a year. So I can't stop talking about how great the ketogenic way of eating, the way of life. I always say I eat a ketogenic way of life. I hate to call it a diet because we have so many choices. It's just getting through the beginning parts that will help you be successful. So again, you can actually win. If you're not local, I'll mail it out to you. You could always private message me your address when I announce the winner, which I will do tomorrow on my live. But share any questions, send that out. Send what's working. Send like your favorite recipe, put it in the comments. That's how others learn, is when they see what's working for someone else or what someone else is doing. So you never know. And just like Brittany said, I couldn't believe that in my almond butter was organic cane sugar. Brittany, you're going to be shocked, girlfriend, on how many things you find that has organic sugar in it. So everybody have a great night, and keto on. Send me your questions, tag someone, like the post or share it. Put all that in there, and I'll put your name in and announce the winner tomorrow. Have a great evening.